It is week 6 of Operation Restorative Justice. I have not forgotten you. I'm coming to you from my classroom once again. The kids have gone, and I wanted to kind of catch you up a little bit with what's going on in my classroom. I realized that the last couple times I've spoken to you, I haven't talked about the practicalities, the specifics, like I wanted to. The way that I group students is random. So every 3 weeks, I divide them up and move them to different tables. And the way that I do this is I meet them at the door with face cards. And I have the face cards divided into 4 for each table. And it's supposed to be random. And it mostly is random. But sometimes I fix the randomization. For example, I noticed in one of my classes there was a very quiet boy that wouldn't really interact very well with the other students at the bigger table. So I chose to put him with the small table. I have 2 students in front of my desk that are grouped together. So I fixed it so that he would be with another boy who was a little bit on the shyer side as well. And it was interesting to watch the dynamic between the 2 of them because they both started talking more because they had the opportunity to feel a little bit safer in that environment. Another way I fixed the randomization was I put 2 vivacious, outgoing boys with 2 quieter girls who didn't interact much with much of the class. It was so interesting to watch their dynamic. They had never met each other. They were seniors at the same school for 3 years. They'd been in the same classes. They're honor students. And they had never really formally been introduced. And they had never certainly shared any of their private thoughts or dreams or aspirations with each other. And it was so interesting to watch this dynamic between them. It was actually heartwarming to see them interact. Sometimes I had to help with the interaction and helping students find connections, but I find myself during circle time moving around through the groups, listening, and when appropriately, asking guiding questions. I've also started joining table groups. So if you see my class, I have the following structure.
I have 1 set of 2 desks, but all the remaining clusters of desks have 4 desks.
So I have students in the groups of 4 desks move together with another group of 4. They just move their chairs, they don't push their desks together, and I've noticed that the dynamic between these groups is more energized. The feeling is just better. Kids just, I don't know, they seem happier in a bigger group. So my goal is to push towards that end. Hopefully in Phoenix it will cool down to below 100 degrees in the next month or so, and I'll be able to go outside. That brings me to my next point about the furniture in a traditional classroom. The furniture in a traditional classroom is an impediment to practicing restorative justice with fidelity and consistency. It's not easy. It's not seamless. It's a pain. And teachers, we are the hardest working group of people that I know, but we have so many items on our list that when something's difficult, it's easier to push it to the bottom. If we had rolling chairs and rolling desks, at the very least rolling chairs, we could easily move in and out of circle groups. That would take the support of district and taxpayers to change the way that we're doing things in the classroom. This is what I have noticed about using restorative justice practices in my class. Students are kinder to each other, and they're kinder to each other seamlessly. Today I witnessed students helping each other because of their absences. So we had set up an annotated bibliography, and students needed to understand the formatting of APA. And I didn't have to direct students to ask people in their groups. They were feeling more comfortable with each other, and they were better able to help each other, which really takes a load off of me. I can now concentrate on the instructions, and other students are helping each other. I also witnessed one very shy student help another student who was super outgoing and popular with her APA. And it was done so seamlessly, and the gratitude from the other student was so effortless, and it was heartwarming and beautiful to see my students interacting on a way that they may not have before. Relationships are also being formed. This will be the 3rd time that I'm going to change my seating chart. I am not looking forward to that. That happens on Monday, and neither are my students. They want to stay with these new groups that they have formed. But each time I see them forming new groups, and I see us growing as a classroom community. I see us caring about each other and maybe asking about why we're absent. So I am still super committed to the process. I see the research. I see the impact that it's having on my own classroom, and I am forging onward, believing that if you build it, they will learn. Out for now.